Mutaburuko wa Nyandarua. Orerorera Kameme TV.
Amukira ngeithi cito hari hothe uri mwiroreri mwende wa ceceni ya Kameme TV ni tuoka na mohoro gitau tukumenyithia uria bururi uragithie na mbere na gukigariura umuthi uyu ari gatatu ga kiumia tariki ni 23 mweri ni wa muthatu tugakihoka ni ukirire thayo na muthenya waku ni muhoreru nie ngikunyita ugeni njitagwo Gathoni wa Ng'ang'a tugukorwo tugiteithania na Nyambura wa Musha mutwathiriri na njira ya ciko twambiririe mohoro maitu urugamiriri wa thibitari wa Mediheal mwena wa Eldoret kwa ihinda riri ni hindi urarekereria ndumiriri igimainie na ndeto ati ni ukoretwo gikuruhania na thogore ya wendia wa higo kuhitukira njira cia ngungo urugamiriri uyu ona kuhana uguo ukinyaniria ati nduri na ucuke oro wothe kuona ukoretwo ugitungatira muingi na njira ya waragania mategukiruka watho wigie urigitani. Mediheal marathie na mbere na gukirekereria ndumiriri yao tuthie mwe kwa mwe tugithikiririe ndumiriri ino.
Medical Research Institute of High Learning here, and the institute is called Institute of Research and Ethical Committee. We present our cases to them and they have our data on that issue. The second one is the national government entity called NACOS, that is relevant, that is National Commission for Science, Technology and Innovation. We share our data with them in terms of what we've done, how we've done it, the procedure and the status, in terms of whether it was successful, what are the challenges we face, what are the both medical and ethical issues. We also subject ourselves to world peer checks. And some of the places where we've placed our data is Google Scholar Kidney International Reports and
World Congress Nephrology.
Yes.
World Congress Nephrology.
Yes. Doctor will explain that, although doctor is going ahead of me. So the first one is that it is reported in a journal called Google Scholar Kidney International Reports, which is a journal. And the second one is that our cases, our challenges, our conduct was also taken to Bangkok World Nephrology Congress in 2023, and just to share with other people who do the same, and just to make sure that we have international standards. In December 2023 also, we had a visit by Ministry of Health, the committee called Tissue Transplant and Blood Transfusion Committee. And they came, they looked at our data, they looked at our information, we shared everything with them. In December 2024 also, we had a visit by the Parliamentary Health Committee, and we shared all the information. So we've always been transparent, we've always readily shared everything that we've done. As I come towards the end, I want to say the question has kept on coming up in all the interviews that Mediheal has been involved in, as to why Mediheal. And there's a certain sense of skepticism when that question is being asked, why Mediheal? We also appreciate that that question has sometimes been asked with malice, being that could it be because it is easy to fetch a kidney? We want to say all that is false, all that is untrue. The reason why people come to Mediheal, all the way from Israel, all the way from Germany, is because Mediheal provides world-class medical care on kidney transplant. Short of that, nobody, the other doctors wouldn't refer patients here. And some of the aspects that distinguish Mediheal.
Cio nĩ ũrũgamĩrĩri wa thibitarĩ wa Mediheal ũgĩtetera o nĩ thutha wa minista wa ũgima wa mwĩrĩ Adan Duale kanaga kiumia kĩhĩtũku kũrũgamia motungata mothe ma higo mathibitarĩ-inĩ mothe ma Mediheal guothe bũrũri-inĩ, na nĩ maragĩtetera nĩguo magĩkorwo magĩcokereria ona gũtuĩka minista Duale nĩ egũkorwo akĩheana mwerekera. Tũgĩtigana na riboti ĩyo ĩrĩa tũgũkorwo tũgĩkũhinyĩria thĩinĩ wa mohoro-inĩ maitũ marĩa mekũrũmĩrĩra, minista wa ũgima wa mwĩrĩ Adan Duale nĩ ũrĩtie kĩama gĩa kũnyabara mĩrutĩre wĩra mathibitarĩ-inĩ ma clinical officer nĩkĩo Clinical Officer Council gũtigĩrĩra nĩ gĩeka ũthuthuria mathibitarĩ-inĩ mothe nĩguo gũtigĩrĩra kũrĩ na ũkinyanĩria wa indo cia thibitarĩ na manyitanĩire na rũhonge rwa KMPDC harĩ gũtigĩrĩra thibitarĩ irĩ na marũa ma kũruta wĩra. Duale arekirie ndũmĩrĩri kana arekereirie ndũmĩrĩri ĩno mũcemanio-inĩ wa atongoria kĩama-inĩ gĩa Clinical Officers Council.
We learn and we understand firsthand how with the vision for the quality healthcare and how your mandate under Cap 260 of the laws of Kenya, all these facilities to be respected again. It is a good thing for you. You must respect all the facilities. And do a constant check. The CEO, you must go and sit with the CEO of the other council. And you must find a way of working. There's no way his inspection team can deny a facility and you give the license. No way. We will not accept it. Because he will also bring his report, inspection report to us. So if we see your two regulatory bodies reports are contradicting, you are a regulatory body, am I right? Yes. Under the Ministry of Health. Yes, sir. So you have to choose between being a union, being an activist, being something else.
You start maybe not allowing them to come to the supermarket.
Kabete ya Senate ĩgiĩ ũigithia wa kĩgĩna kĩa mũingĩ nĩ thingatĩte thirikari kũhanyũkia ũrĩhi wa mathirĩ mothe ma kĩgĩna gĩa SHA kũrĩ mathibitarĩ ma county, kuona kwaga kũrĩha mathirĩ maya kwahota gũcũngĩrĩria gũtharara kwa motungata ma mũingĩ mathibitarĩ-inĩ maya. Hĩndĩ ya gĩikaro gĩa kamĩtĩ ĩno kĩrĩa kĩratabanirio kaunti-inĩ ya Kilifi, mũikarĩri gĩtĩ Godfrey Osotsi augĩte SHA ĩrĩ na thirĩ wa makĩria ma ciringi birioni 303 kũrĩ thibitarĩ wa Kilifi County Referral, akiuga kwaga kũrĩhwo gwa thirĩ ũyũ kwahota gũcũngĩrĩria gũtharara kwa motungata mothe ma thibitarĩ ũyũ.
Tumeona shida moja ambayo iko kwa mpango wa SHA kwamba hospitali hii inadai shilingi milioni 303 kutoka kwa serikali kuu kwa sababu ya ile malipo ya SHA ambayo haijalipwa. Na hiyo ni jambo ambalo linafaa lizingatiwe kwa sababu linaweza fanya hospitali mingi ziweze kukosa kufanya kazi kwa sababu ya malimbikizo ya pesa ya payments. Ile vifaa ambayo county government imeweza kununua, sana sana ile kifaa ya CT scan, x-ray machine, tumeona wamefanya mabadiliko na tunawahimiza kwamba waendelee kununua vifaa ya hospitali kwa mambo ya cancer, ultrasound.
Tuathiri kwa sababu pesa hizi zikichelewa inabidi sasa tuanze kutafuta madawa katika suppliers ambao si wa kiserikali. Na ile kitu tunanunua shilingi 30 kwa KEMSA, tukienda kwa kununua nje kwa soko inaweza kutugharimu hata shilingi 300. So tunaumia mara mbili. Pesa zimechelewa na tunabidi tununue vitu mara 10 ya ile bei ambayo tungepata katika shirika la KEMSA kule ambako tunaweza kununua. Hata kama hatupati zote lakini bei ni nafuu. Kwa hivyo milioni 300 ukienda kwa soko huru inakuwa ni kama tone la maji. Lakini milioni 300 tukienda KEMSA unapata vifaa mara 10 vile ambavyo ungeweza kununua mahali nyingine.
Mwiri wa baba mutheru Pope Francis ni wambiriirie kuonanio kuri muingi umothe kuria mwiri wake riu uigitwo kanitha-ini wa St Peter's Basilica muciini munene wa Vatican. Mbere ya kwambiriria kuonwo kwa mwiri uyu, ahunjia gikiro gia cardinals ni mambiriirie na gutabania igongona ria mitha ria gucenjia kuma mwiri-ini kana right of translation riria ritabanitio o kanitha-ini uyu. Kumana noguo makiri ma etikia kanitha wa Gatoreki ni mekinyitie niguo kuona mwiri wa baba mutheru, undu uria utanyite kuhanika nginyanagia muthenya wa Jumamothi riria mwiri uyu ukahurukio ugithingatithia mawatho ma Kilatini uria urugamirirwo kana urugamirirwo riria baba mutheru ahuruka. Ta wendi wake, baba mutheru Pope Francis akahurukio kanitha-ini wa St Mary's Major Basilica mugaru na baba mutheru angi aria kaingi mahurukagio kanitha-ini munene wa St Peter's Basilica.
Sorores carissimi, magna cum anima commozione, corpus Papae nostro Francisci, deferibus in Basilicam.
Thirikari ni ikiraniire kirore na bururi wa China kia mbeca citanyihiire bilioni 126 cia guteithiriria tabarira ngurani guku bururi-ini. Ngirimiti ino ikinyaniirio hindi ya icera ria President William Ruto bururi-ini wa China na kuria ciringi bilioni 55.6 cibangiirwo uthondeki wa indo guku ciringi bilioni 29.7 ibangiirwo tabarira cia urimi. Hindi ya icera riu President akiaria na aigithia ngurani ni ahinyiriirie ati Kenya ikoretwo bururi kana koretwo ari bururi urathingata thayo na uiguano niguo gutigirira uthii wa na mbere ni wakinyanirio. Riri ni icera ria gatatu ria President William Ruto bururi-ini ucio kuma riria aingirire wathani-ini mwaka wa 2022 ngwataniro.
This agenda is anchored on 5 key pillars: agricultural transformation, universal health coverage, affordable housing, the digital and creative economy, and the development and expansion of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we mark 6 decades of diplomatic and economic cooperation between Kenya and China, my current visit seeks to chart a new course towards mutual prosperity. We are seeking strategic partnerships to expand our infrastructure, including transport, energy, logistics, and urban development. We support the One China policy, a 2-state solution in the Middle East, and dialogue, not escalation, in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. As we say in Africa, when 2 bulls fight, the grass suffers. Let us choose understanding over confrontation.
Andũ arĩa mahutirio nĩ mũtino wa mũiyũro wa maĩ mwena wa Mediheal kaunti-inĩ ya Nakuru nĩ makaire thirikari kũhingia kĩĩranĩro gĩa kũmethera ũikaro nĩguo mahote gũcokereria mũtũrĩre wao. Famĩlĩ iria ciahutirio itarĩirie mwaka ũmwe kuma thirikari yeranĩra kũmathamia, gũtirĩ ũndũ ũkinyanĩirio kũrĩa rĩu mendekithĩtie thirikari ĩhanyũkie mĩhang'o ĩyo. Wambui wa Njũgũna na riboti ĩno.
Mwaka ũmwe kuma mũtino wa mũiyũro wahobanĩria aikari mwena wa Mediheal kaunti-inĩ ya Nakuru na ũgĩcũngĩrĩria ikuũ itanyihĩire 60, famĩlĩ iria ciathamirio mĩciĩ-inĩ yao no kĩgirĩko. Matarĩirie ona thengia wa thirikari kwĩranĩra nĩ megwetherwo gũikaro nĩguo mahote kwĩyaka werũ. Ũndũ ũyũ ũtigĩtwo ũrĩa ũkĩranĩro amuhatire maũndũ macenjetie.
Sisi tutarudi aje siku yenye tutarudi tukue wakaaji wa hapa tukiwa watulivu.
Leto Wanjikũ, ũmwe wa arĩa mahutirio nĩ mũtino ũcio, atarĩirie mĩgũnda yao kũrĩa kwarĩ na tĩri mũnoru nĩ wakuirwo nĩ maĩ na ũguo gũtirĩ ũteithio ona ũmwe ĩngĩmahe ihinda-inĩ rĩrĩ.
Shamba yenye tunakuja kulima imejaa mawe, mchanga ilienda. Unapata hata wenye wanajenga huku mchanga tu wenye wanatumia tu ni yenye ilikuja na maji. So kuna mahali wanaenda kuleta mchanga.
Ama wajue kama watatuletea juu wengine ni mawe tu, hakuna mchanga yeyote.
Wanjikũ hamwe na ũguo ahoete thirikari gũkinyanĩria kĩĩranĩro kĩayo, akiuga namba nene ya arĩa mahutirio makoretwo makĩnyamarĩka o metereire thirikari.
Ombi letu kwa maafisa wa agriculture kwa kuja kupimiwa hii mchanga, tuangalie kaa inahitaji nini tena ili tuweza kupanda.
Ona kũrĩ ũguo mũmbunge wa Naivasha Jane Kĩhara oigĩte thirikari ĩrĩ mĩhang'o-inĩ ya gũthamia famĩlĩ icio, kuona mũigana wa ciringi milioni 250 nĩ cigĩtwo keheri cia gũkinyanĩria ũgũri wa mũgũnda.
Nisaidiwe na mbegu za kupanda like kitunguu, cabbages na zingine ambavyo zinaweza kuwa huku za miezi 3.
Handũ-inĩ ha Kabete TV, rĩtwa rĩakwa nĩ Wambui wa Njũgũna.
Tũgĩthiĩ na mbere, Kenya nĩ ĩratanya kũgĩa na mĩario na bũrũri wa Amerika ũhoro-inĩ wĩgiĩ wonjoria na bũrũri wa Amerika thutha wa President Donald Trump kũgathĩka igoti rĩa gĩcunjĩ kĩa 10% harĩ indo iria irendio bũrũri-inĩ ũcio kuma gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ. Kũringana na mũrũgamĩrĩri mũnene wa kĩama kĩa athondeki a indo Kenya Association of Manufacturers Tobias Alando, bũrũri wa Kenya nĩ wĩharĩirie kwĩhatũra kumana na ngirimiti iria irĩ ho cia kĩwonjoria na bũrũri ũyũ wa Amerika. Ona kũhana ũguo, Alando augĩte Kenya ĩrĩ na kanya ga kĩwonjoria makĩria na mabũrũri ma gĩtarũ kĩa Afrika.
As you are aware, every country has a right to impose tariffs, but that will affect trade relations between countries. So it requires negotiation. For example, Kenya has to have a negotiation with America because America is a large market. We export over $700 million worth of apparels. That shows you that it's a huge market for us not to lose. So we need to go to the negotiating table to see what can happen. However, the world dynamics are changing in terms of trade. That is why we are called upon to identify other new markets. So if America will be a bit difficult in terms of the tariffs, what other markets can we have our goods? And I think with all these dynamics, Africa has the biggest opportunity to reap in terms of this geopolitics and trade wars that we are seeing. In reality, Africans have not been trading with fellow Africans. So we need to trade with our fellow Africans. So the AFCFTA indeed provides that opportunity. Number two, the European market is also huge. So we also need to focus on that new market. We've not tapped the Asian market, so there's something we could sell in the Asian market. So we need to be aggressive enough as a country to identify other markets. But the most important thing is that Africa also needs to trade with their fellow Africans.
Ibrahim Mohamed uria urekwirwo gutheca maimam eri muthigiti-ini wa Njiro Tandwa kiumia kihituku ni aregete gwikinyia mbere ya igoti ria Makandara niguo gucokia thitango. Kuringana na mawakiri a maimam aya Mbogua Munyiri na Gloria Amondi, riri ni rita ria keri mwikwiro uyu guthoga cira akihuthira wabici ya mutongoria wa thitango cia muingi, makiuga undu uyu wahota gucambicura uigiririki wa igoti.
Whatever action that the ODPP takes, it must be tempered with reason, it must be reasonable, it must be justifiable, and it must be within the rules of natural justice. It is not an open check that now that they are granted that discretionary power, they exercise it under whims or directions. It is very clear that the ODPP should be independent. And the powers that have been delegated by the ODPP, they should also be exercised with that independence. Our clients were assaulted, grievous harm inflicted on them. The assailants were arrested on the 17th of April. They were locked in custody. Investigations were conducted. The file was properly prepared. P3 forms have been filed. Witnesses, sufficient witnesses, recorded statements. However, at the stage of approving the said charges, the ODPP rejected the file.
This is very disturbing and it is against any Kenyan's right. Nobody should be violated and the police or the prosecution are not able to prosecute these cases. This is a very good case that should be prosecuted, a case of grievous harm. Penye watu wamekatwa na unakataa kuleta kotini. It is not right. Yes, they have to exercise their rights under Article 157, but again, they should look at victims. The P3 forms are available, the medical documents are available, but you have chosen, as an individual, you have sat in your office and you have chosen not to prosecute these people, not to approve this charge sheet that it will come to court today.
Mimi ni moja wao ambayo imejeruhiwa vibaya sana, mpaka kichwa, mpaka mkono, mpaka hapa, kisu na mabanga. Groups ambaye imekondeshwa kutoka Isli inaitwa Team Kazo. Ndio lotuvamia huko Njiru, sisi ni wakaji wa Njiru. Baada ya kisa hiyo tulileta mashtaka kwa Kayole Police Station ama DCI. Tulireport everything, B3, everything tuko naye hapa.
Na mũmbunge wa Kabete James wa Mashukuru ni atogeretie thirikari ni undu wa wirutiri wayo hari kwagirithia na kuhotithia ahũri biacara gĩcigo-inĩ mbunge gĩkĩ kuruta biacara hatari na mĩhĩnga mĩingĩ thutha wa kũmakĩra thoko ya kĩrĩu. Wa Mashukuru araragia hĩndĩ ya mũcemanio na maabitha thirikari rũhonge-inĩ rwa waki wa manyũmba ma raithi.
Hĩndĩ icera rĩa President William Ruto thĩinĩ wa kaunti ya Kiambu mwaka mũhĩtũku nĩ arutire mwerekera wa gwakwo gwa thoko mũgwanja cia kĩrĩu nĩguo kũhotithia endia a thoko gũkorwo na handũ hega ha kũiga indo ciao cia kwendia na makĩria cia kũrĩa. Na rĩrĩ waki wa thoko icio ũrathiĩ na mbere ta mwena wa Gĩthũngũri, mũbango wa gwaka thoko ya kĩrĩu ya Wangige mwena wa Kabete no irathiĩ na mbere. Mũmbunge Gĩthua wa Mashukuru akiuga thoko ĩno ĩgũkorwo ĩrĩ ũteithio mũnene kũrĩ endia thoko.
Nataka nishukuru serikali yetu kupitia His Excellency William Samoei Ruto kwa sababu hii soko ya Wangige aliahidi, na kwa kweli sasa imekuwa advertised na soon it will be implemented. We don't take it for granted. Aliahidi na anatenda. I also want to say that in Kabete we not only have Wangige market which is coming up, but we have other markets. We have Gikoni market, we have Kiamba in Muguga, we have Odhero.
Makiaria na maabitha a thirikari ya rũhonge rwa waki wa manyũmba na ũthii wa na mbere nĩguo gũbanga ũrĩa thoko ici igwakwo. Wa Mashukuru marĩ hamwe na arũgamĩrĩri a endia a thoko morĩte thoko ici ciakwo ũndũ cikũhotithia andũ kwendagĩria nginya nja wa thoko.
Tumeongea kuhusu hiyo soko, tumewekewa tukaiona, tumetoa maoni tofauti na tukasema areas ambazo tungependa ziweze kurekebishwa. Wamesikia, wameandika, and tunashukuru kwa sababu wametuambia wataiweka maanani niposa wekezaji wa Wangige watosheke na wajengewe soko kulingana na matumaini yao na kulingana na vile wangeipenda.
Mutongoria wa ruhonge rwa waki wa manyumba na uthii wa nambere kaunti-ini ya Nairobi Joseph Kagisha augite waki wa thoko ici ni uguthondeka mieke mingi ya mawira kuri andu ethi.
Na vile vile tumekubaliana na hawa officials kutoka soko ya Wangige. Wameomba kwamba kama kutakuwa na kazi ambazo zitafanywa kwenye hiyo soko, kama ni materials, kila kitu yenye inahusiana na hii soko, hizi materials kama wataweza kusupply wao wenyewe, na tumekubaliana hiyo maneno yote. So hii soko beyond kuwafanyia mahali pazuri pa kufanya kazi, pia italeta ajira kwa vijana wa hiyo area ya Wangige.
Thiini wa thoko ici cia kiriu niguo gwakwa nyumba cia kiriu cia kuhehia irio niguo guciga gwa kahinda karaya citeguthuka, o hamwe na nyumba cia gutabanĩrio mĩcemanio gatagati ka mangi.
They have actually said, shown us the design that is to be used to build the market, and we have already agreed and with some rectifications as to where we need to put a little bit of more concerned. Some being the entry of the market and the other design.
Ngiribotera Kameme TV, ritwa riakwa ni Nduta wa Buthia.
Tiyo niyo yatutirihira mohoro maitu miaraho ino ya umuthi tugacokia ngatho ni unyitaniri waku tugukorwo tugicemania nawe oro ringi wona cihanda thaa imwe cia hwaini thiini wa mohoro matura-ini. Kwa ihinda riri ni ndirona Ng'ang'a wa Nyoks agithagathaga niguo akorwo akiingira thiini wa tabarira-ini ya mwigariko wa mathako. Ngai kwendithiria wiroreri mwega. Njitagwo Gathoni wa Ng'ang'a, tuguteithanagia na Nyambura wa Muca mutwathiriri na njira ya cikugia na